Sir, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a great day, man. Woo! Woo! Waited almost a month for these shirts. So we got to do it. Got to pull the trigger. Got to make it happen. So, what are we doing? Why is the Samurai in the garage? Well, I'm going to show you in just a second. Here we go. Well, in this episode, kind of limited time, but we started bead rolling panels. I'm going to show you where they're going to go in just a second. And we got our dash installed. She's looking really nice. Ah, yes, yes. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day. So, it's great to see you guys once again. Ah, Mr. Wawa. Just grinding away on the Samurai. We finished the C10. What a cool surprise that's going to be. Wish I was there kind of thing. But, you know, can't be everywhere at once. So, I know they're going to be happy. Put a lot of time into that truck. Cut a lot of metal out of that truck. But that's not why you're here. You're here for the Samurai. At least I hope. So, let's get started. Came up with a nice little template. Slides right in. We've got a little mounting bracket in the corner right here. This is going to get painted orange to match the truck. This line from here up is going to get rhino line. So from here down gets orange paint. From here up gets rhino line. And the reason why I chose to do rhino lining was because you're not going to blend this chunk of metal into here. It's just not going to happen. So we can make an optical illusion. And I said, you know what? Let's just paint this black. So that way, once this is rhino lined like this, basically it'll be blended in and all you'll see is the panel. All right. So first, let's start off by what we've got going on here. I rolled an edge inside of here. That way, once, if I can get her in here, this is my first time test fitting this piece. Ah, there we go. Once this piece is in here, you can basically see how the edge rests in here. I need to do a little bit of trimming, obviously, clean up some of this rhino lining. That looks pretty damn good. All right, clean the edge up. Popped a couple screws in, hold it in place. So now what I'm going to do is create a line, which will be right here. This line from here up, again, will be rhino lined, and here down will get orange painted. Whipped up some brackets real quick. Driver's side, passenger side. Passenger side panel, we're going to go install it right now. This panel. It's going to go right here to the bottom of the seam, like that. I'm going to pop a couple holes in here, and then make a mark and install our bracket, and this panel will be done. There we go. Bam! That looks freaking good. Absolutely no comparison. Hell yeah, that looks so much nicer. Alright, so this is the bead roller I'm using. 36-inch Eastwood. Modified my pedal slightly. I made me a stand for my foot. And I also basically put a volume control. So if I wanted to spin faster, I loosen the nut some. And if I wanted to spin slower, I raise the nut some. Basically, I'm comfortable where it is right here. And without that, it's like kind of using it balls to the walls. And I'm not comfortable with that. There's no reason to go speed demon with it. Now, if I had a high build primer, you would never even notice it. Never even notice it. This is the passenger side. This is the driver's side. I think they look really nice. Yeah, she's not that far off. All right, there it is. Just got done cleaning up the shop. Put another coat of satin black on my my bead rolled panels, you know, for the wheel wells, the rear. And now I'm gonna go climb my fat ass underneath the truck and fix the spot where the drive shaft's hitting. Do, 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 do. Every time I hit the gas. So while I'm under the truck, I noticed my rear end was leaking, and a while back, my buddy Jay, I miss you, you son of a bitch, works at O'Reilly's. He managed to find me the seal for the pinion, and I just never got the time to install it. So I said, you know what, fuck it. While I'm under here, I'm gonna pull this thing off. And yeah, that's why it's leaking. So putting this back in is no good. It's just gonna tear this seal up, or it's just gonna keep leaking. So I had to call O'Reilly's to get a new, this is called a oh my god, pinion coupler. Yes, pinion coupler. Mine is 27 splines. So now I gotta go to O'Reilly's at 3:15, pick one up, and then I can install the seal and not have a leaky rear end. There's my shitted up seal. Gonna pop that out, and where is it? That's what the drive shaft was hitting. So I just put a bottle jack inside of here, pressed this up, gave me a little more clearance temporarily until I could pull the body off and make some necessary adjustments. Don't think for 1 second you've got to throw out rusty steel. Look how nice that shit looks. Some cardboard, some cutting discs. Watch this. All right, let's go bend it up. Roll it up. Well, here's one temporarily installed. I gotta obviously pull it out, prime it. I think it looks good. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Is it a little too big? Does it look like it belongs in there? Kind of thing. I wanted to keep it that wide because of you know, the inner fender, how I have it structured there. I don't know. Tell me what you think. I like it. Works for me. It's gonna look really nice painted orange. It's gonna blend right in. Now I just got to figure out something for this corner right here, which is probably going to be slightly difficult. You know, just it's an odd piece. You have this lip sticking out right here. I got to figure something out. Do I cut it? Do I roll it? Cut it up top, roll the edge over. That's going to be an after breakfast kind of thing. I've come up with sort of an idea, but I'm not quite sure if I'm feeling it. I'm trying to keep the same flow as the front ones, and it's kind of slightly difficult, you know, because of this corner right here that I'm working with. So I'm wondering if I run this up a little higher to here, but not, you know, bead roll it, but keep this pattern how it's going to look, because then it would basically blend into this top section right here, if you follow what I'm saying. Because otherwise it's just going to look like a big orange panel, you know what I mean? It won't look right. So if I give myself a little bit more room on the top side, it'll transition from the rhino lining to the orange, and that might look pretty good. Otherwise you're talking you know, covering this whole entire thing, which I wouldn't do, because then at that point you would cut the firewall. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud how I want to approach this. Maybe I'll try this template first and add on, it's about 1.5 inches up top, and make the panel and see how it looks, you know. See, originally I had it curved to fit right there, but since I'm going to move it down to give myself some more meat on the top end to rhino line it, to blend it in, I think it might look better doing it that way. So I thought it would be neat to explain how I come up with this pattern inside of here, and it's sort of similar to what we have up, you know, in the front of the truck. So I took my straight edge, I kind of connected the center of the corner here to the center of the corner here. Obviously drew 2 lines. That's my separation, right? So I gave myself a 1/4 inch border pretty much around the whole thing. I used my Amazon template, sat her in here. So this is the pattern that we're going to use. And look, at the end of the day, I am new to bead rolling, so I'm not going to say that I'm some kind of genius, Wile E. Coyote, super genius, because that's not me. I'm not that kind of person. But I just want, you know, you guys to, you know, just get a visual. Hey man, how'd you come up with that pattern? And see, I use my socket to create my radius ends here. And like I said, this is what I've come up with. I like it. It sort of jives with the rest of the theme of the truck. Obviously, I got to fix my lines here. I'm using acetone to erase my marks. And yeah, this is what we've got. So I think it's going to look good once it's bead rolled again. And there it is. Guys, keep in mind, man, I mean it in the most sincerest way. I am so far from a professional, you know, bead roller. I'm basically teaching myself as I'm going, and that's kind of the whole concept, is don't be afraid. You know, dude, look how nice that looks. It's so simple. I mean, I gotta sand a little in here, but it's just so, it's so simple and so efficient for our application, what we're doing. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to try this stuff. It's not rocket science. It really isn't. I encourage you guys to give it a try. And I'll sand this a little bit more to make this more symmetrical with one another. It's all this is about, is being symmetrical. So one more thing I want to point out. This is going to get contoured to the firewall of the truck. This is going to hang down a little bit too low. So what I'm going to end up doing is putting it in my nifty bender over there, and I'm just going to roll this edge so that way it's not such a blunt chunk of steel that's just hanging down. It looks kind of silly. We'll just roll this edge just a little bit. And basically, this is what I'm talking about. I might have to go a little more, but you get the picture. And I clean the edge up so it's more symmetrical with the shape. And that looks freaking good, man. And there we got it. Now it all makes sense. See how I rolled the edge? So it's nice and clean. Obviously, remember, like I said, this is going to be black. Up here, rhino line, so it blends in with the panel. I'd like to have, you know, all that orange. That looks freaking good, man. I don't know what you guys think, but I think that looks really, really good. And Mother Nature is drawing my panels. Gloss satin black I have on it currently. That one's got etching primer on it, but I gotta swap them out so I can let it bake in the sun. There it is. Bam! Very nice. I made a little divot inside of here. Probably gonna do a little more for the wires that coming through here. These are my underglow lights. Simple, clean, and efficient. I love it. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. All set, man. Very nice. It'll look really pretty once obviously it's all painted, color matched, but looks better than what was there, which was a whole lot of nothing. Well, all right guys, that's gonna do it for this video. I got a microphone, wireless, coming on the way. Obviously I'm not in my shirt because it's sort of warm out today. I got Greg coming with his Nissan, his red Nissan. We're gonna do some bead rolling under the hood. I hope you have a great day. Thank you for all your feedback, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care, guys.